All right, the 2017 Oscars are probably known as the most chaotic Oscars ever because of the whole envelope switch up of Best Picture. Is it Moonlight? Is it La La Land? What actually happened? Of course, very chaotic and very memorable as well. Today, we're going to be taking a look back at that 2017 Oscars, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on who I would have chosen out of the nominees for certain categories versus ultimately which way the Oscars decided to go. So, let's get into that right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover major movie news on our Emit One podcast, we do movie rankings, and of course, we do Oscar Mondays just like we are doing today. If that sounds interesting to you, please check us out and subscribe. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love to have you guys along for that journey. But all right, with that done out of the way, guys, like I said, 2017 Oscars, we're going to be taking a look at some of the major categories that they had this year and which way I should have thought, which way I thought that they should have gone. But most importantly, I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Who would you have chosen for actor, actress, supporting actress, best picture, all of it? Who would you choose and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Excited to read those on our Oscar Monday. All right, let's just start off right away with Best Picture. In the nominees for Best Picture were Moonlight, Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, and Manchester by the Sea. We had a total of 9 nominees here for Best Picture. This is back when the Academy had a room up to 10. However, because of the equation that it would never really get to 10. It'd either get to 8 or 9, sometimes 7, until they changed it a couple of years ago where they do have a firm 10 Best Picture nominees, which I like. I like that rule. But here they had 9, and all good films, really. I mean, some of my favorites were Arrival, love Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land. I mean, Fences was good too. All of these were good. Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, Lion, very good. Lion, I think, is actually underrated. Performances in there by Dave Patel and Nicole Kidman, very, very strong. Manchester by the Sea, I will say, is the only one on this list that I don't think I finished. Not anything bad with the movie. For me, it's a hard watch, and I don't remember much of it, so take that as you will. But for Best Picture here, the Oscars ultimately did go with Moonlight, even though La La Land was announced. I like Moonlight. I think it's a good film. However, I don't think it should have won here. And I do think that La La Land should have taken this top prize. La La Land is just one of my favorite films of all time. And I think it's a ultimate classic. I really do. I think how it's filmed by Damien Chazelle, how the actors are in it, the story, the narrative of this film. It's for dreamers. If you are in this industry or really want to be a part of this industry, this film just speaks to you in a different way than other films tend to do. And this one really resonated with me because of how much the industry means to me. But it also is a beautiful story of relationship, how sometimes you do ultimately want to pick your dreams over a person that may be right for you, but you've wanted your dream longer, so you're going to choose that. And I think just the way that all of that is posed in this movie, and you really feel like you are, if you sometimes have been in that situation or have cared about the industry so much, you almost feel like you're in the position of these characters, and this film just really speaks to you, like it really did speak to me. And because of that, and just cinematography, the choreography, the lighting, the acting, I mean, all of it's just a masterclass, I believe. So that is why I would pick La La Land to win Best Picture here. And then, like I said, my other favorites, Arrival, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, are also probably very, very good ones as well. So that is how I would have picked Best Picture. But right now, let's get into, after that, let's go back to actor in a supporting role. The nominees were Casey Affleck, Andrew Garfield, Ryan Gosling, Viggo Mortensen, and Denzel Washington. Now, the winner here was Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea. Like I said, I don't remember finishing this one. However, I do remember his performance the most out of this. And it was breathtaking. It was a rough, I do believe, for an actor to portray. However, I think I would actually pick Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge because that movie, one, is phenomenal as well. But his acting in that movie, it is so emotional. It almost makes you just stop in your tracks and you can't believe what you are watching unfold on screen. You can't believe the courage this man has. And I think Andrew Garfield portrays that beautifully. Almost want to say I think it's a masterclass in acting. I think he is a fantastic actor and he is due an Academy Award. I do think he will get one in the future. But this role here was just something else. And of course, the back work that he had to do for this film is just incredible. So yeah, I would have given it to Andrew Garfield, but I do see why Casey Affleck get it, and it's hard to argue that one, to be honest with you. So I also want to give it to Casey Affleck at the same time, but personally, because of how much Hacksaw Ridge resonated with me and how much I really did like the character that Andrew Garfield played on screen, I am going to give it to Andrew Garfield. All right, moving on into actress in a leading role, the nominees were Emma Stone for La La Land, Isabelle Huppert for Elle, Ruth Negga for Loving, Natalie Portman for Jackie, and Meryl Streep for Florence Foster Jenkins. Out of these nominees, and honestly, just out of this entire year, yeah, I would have given it to Emma Stone. I agree with the Academy on this one. She is fantastic in La La Land. She really is. You get to see her shine in this amazing lead role. She's on a wave of emotions throughout the entire film, and you were on this journey with her from beginning to end. So, without a doubt, definitely think Emma Stone deserved that Oscar, and I would have given it to her in a heartbeat. All right, moving on into actor in a supporting role. The nominees were Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, Jeff Bridges for Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, Dave Patel for Lion, and Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals. All these are very strong performances. Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water is, I think it's underrated. I think he is fantastic in this movie. Hell or High Water is a fantastic movie. If you have not seen it and you love the Taylor Sheridan universe, yeah, Taylor Sheridan wrote this movie, and it's just phenomenal. I think it's one of the best. Yeah, I actually will stick with that. I think it's one of the best movies in the past couple of years, honestly, since it came out. I think it's a very strong contender for that category. But Mahershala Ali in Moonlight deserves the Oscar. I would have given it to him as well. He, again, phenomenal. He also won for Green Book a couple years down the road here. And he's just a great actor. He really is. He knows how to convey any sort of character on screen to the perfect ability that he has. And I think he definitely carried this film, in my opinion. So, yeah, Mahershala Ali gets that Oscar hands down. Hands down. All right. Actress in a supporting role. Nominees are Viola Davis, Fences, Naomi Harris in Moonlight, Nicole Kidman in Lion, Octavia Spencer in Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams for Manchester by the Sea. I love this movie, Hidden Figures, with Octavia Spencer in here being nominated. I think she gives a strong performance in here, as well as Taraji P. Henson in that movie. But I would have also given this one to Viola Davis, almost easily. She is her and Cate Blanchett are my favorite actresses of all time. And I think every time Viola Davis is on screen, you learn something new from the perspective of being an actor. And when you are an audience member and you see her on screen, you know you are going to get a fantastic performance from her, and she always makes every single movie better that she is in. So, yeah, hands down, she deserves this Oscar for Fences. That role in the monologue she has and all the dialogue she has. You know, it's written, it's a play, so it's obviously taken from stage to screen. You can tell that, but it's directed beautifully. It's casted beautifully. Denzel Washington is also amazing in this film, but Viola Davis tends to be the standout. So, hands down, giving it to Viola Davis. Moving on to Best Director. Nominees were Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Denis Villeneuve for Arrival, Mel Gibson for Hacksaw Ridge, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by the Sea, and Barry Jenkins for Moonlight. This should have gone to Damien Chazelle. It did go to Damien Chazelle. I would have given my Oscar to Damien Chazelle. Hands down. I think the way that La La Land is directed is why this movie works so well. The way he wants the camera. This is how you feel in these characters. It's because of how the camera movement is, because of how the direction is of this film. You feel like you're right there with them, or you're even the characters themselves, and that is because of how the director makes the movie feel and look, and how it's stylized. That is very important to making you feel like you are in place of these characters, which is very important for a story to do if you want to feel the impact to 100%, which is what Damien Chazelle did, which is what La La Land did, and because of that, he deserves his Oscar, and I believe he is either the youngest person to win Best Director or one of the youngest to win Best Director. Love Damien Chazelle, really do. Moving on into original score, the nominees were La La Land, Jackie, Lion, Moonlight, and Passengers. The Oscar went to La La Land for Justin Hurwitz. I would have given my Oscar to Justin Hurwitz. One of the things that makes La La Land fantastic, I didn't mention this in Best Picture, but I'll mention it now, is the music. It is fantastic. And the score, Mia and Sebastian's theme, brilliant. I think it's one of the best pieces of music in film ever. So I hands down would give this to Justin Hurwitz. I think he is a master in doing music for films, and being a composer. He is the best, one of the best working in Hollywood right now. So yeah, because of the way this music can make you feel, it just makes you feel like you're there even more. So Justin Hurwitz, you are fantastic, and you deserve this Oscar. I'm glad you got it. Moving on into that original song, we have two La La Land songs here. City of Stars, Audition, The Fools Who Dream, Can't Stop the Feeling from Trolls, of course sung by Justin Timberlake, The Empty Chair, and How Far I'll Go by Moana. It's from Moana by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Love Lin-Manuel Miranda, by the way. But, I'm sorry, Lin-Manuel Miranda, but City of Stars here won the Oscar. It should have won the Oscar. It's a fantastic movie. Or, it's a fantastic song. Really do love City of Stars, especially the one where it's sung by just, like, Ryan Gosling alone. The first time we hear the song. Brilliant and beautiful. I love that one. So, City of Stars won here. Audition, The Fools Who Dream, also from La La Land, I think is a very good song. However, I probably would have put in here, there's so many songs from La La Land that you could have, like, chosen, honestly. But I really do like the first one we get in La La Land, the first song, where everybody's on the highway singing along. I think that one's great. And I think that one actually maybe should have gotten in here all over Audition. But I understand why Audition was in here, because that was kind of the key moment at the end of the film. But yeah, so I can go on for La La Land days upon days. But yeah, City of Stars, winner, should have won. All right, moving on into Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees were Moonlight, Arrival, Fences, Hidden Figures, and Lion. This one went to Moonlight, and it should have gone to Moonlight. I will give it to Barry Jenkins as well. I think the way that this story is told, being based on a true story, and how it is conveyed in film in 3 acts, per se, I think is very interesting, and it was probably the best way to tell this story. And I think the way that it is written, the words here, are what really drives the emotion of this film. And it gives the actors like Mahershala Ali, like Naomi Harris, the emotion to convey on screen so beautifully, which is why they got the nominations and why Mahershala Ali won. And I think that you couldn't have had this movie succeed as much if it wasn't for the beautiful writing that it had by Barry Jenkins. And the story is by Terrell Elvin McCraney. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but that's what it says here on the Oscar website. So yeah, Moonlight won Best Adapted Screenplay, and it should have won. All right, moving on into Original Screenplay. The nominees were Manchester by the Sea, Hell or High Water, La La Land, The Lobster, and 20th Century Women. Manchester by the Sea won here. I can see why. However, Hell or High Water, La La Land as well. Okay, again, I love La La Land. However, I think I would actually pick Hell or High Water here, which is written by Taylor Sheridan. I think he is a fantastic writer. And this is before Yellowstone, Lioness, 1923, 1883, before all of these series that he is doing now for Paramount. This was kind of him starting out. He also wrote Wind River, which I believe was in 2017. Hell or High Water was 2016 here. And that film's also great. Stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. But yeah, I would have actually given him the Oscar here for Hell or High Water, because I think this film is fantastic. You know, it's the bank heist western brother relation type film, but the way its characters are laid out, the drama in here, but the dialogue is probably the best part, which is why all these performers like Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges can give fantastic performances. And you can really see. I mean, obviously, I love Hell or High Water. It's right here on my wall. I think it's a fantastic film, and I think the writing is probably the best part of it. So, yeah, Taylor Sheridan, you getting your Oscar here if it was up to me. The actual last award we're going to be covering here is one I wanted to talk about, which is animated feature. All right. The nominees were Zootopia, Kubo and the Two Strings, Moana, My Life as a Zucchini, and The Red Turtle. Zootopia won here. I like Zootopia, but not as much as I think Moana should have won here. And I would have given it to Moana hands down. I think that is one of the best Disney films, period, to be released in this past decade. And I just think it's a better film than Zootopia. I really do. And I think it should have won. The music's better. The story, I think, is better. And I don't understand why Zootopia got the edge here. But it's two Disney films, I guess, battling it out. But yeah, I just would have picked Moana. I think it's a better story. I think it's a better film. So, wanted to give some shine on Moana. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me in this video. That's our recap of the 2017 Oscars on who I think should have won in those categories. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who should have won for you? I'm very interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that. All right. Be on the lookout for some upcoming videos this week. I got some fun things planned on the channel, some horror things planned as well. So, with all that being said, guys, until the next one, my name is Tyson Honecker. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love to have your guys' support. We do Oscar Mondays every single Monday, as I will be predicting some categories in the 2024 Oscars next week, so be on the lookout for that. I will be updating or giving some of my current predictions, as a lot of things are changing constantly in this upcoming Oscar race. So, with that being said, guys, again, my name is Tyson. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next one, I'll catch you then.